Hello, my friend. I'm Chris with the Blue Collar Success Group, and I just wanted to take an opportunity to get you to think about your life for a moment. And I want you to think about what's transpired in your life over the last 12 months. As we move into a new year, it's always a great opportunity to go back and reflect. And this is not going to be one of your normal end of the year speeches or beginning of the year speeches. I'm not going to talk about New Year's resolutions. I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff. I just wanted you to take a moment to reflect upon yourself and remember that your life is a direct reflection of the decisions that you've made. And when we think about decision making and things that we say yes to and things that we say no to, I want you to think about the things in your life that you want more of. What are the things in your life you want more of? Maybe it's deep, meaningful relationships. I want more money. Right? I want more of whatever you want. And I want to say this really quick. Let me just stop right there. You can want whatever you want, and you don't need to explain it to anyone. And see, that's the challenge that we live in today. A lot of times the world makes us feel like we need to explain why we want what we want. And I'm here today to give you this message to let you know that you can want whatever you want, and you don't need to explain it to anyone. However, I want you to be very clear about why you want it, right? And sometimes we look at the things that we want in our life, they connect to other things. And when they connect to other things, they have deeper meaning. I want, deeper relationships in my life. I want to go on a vacation. I want to do, and most of those things have some other reason behind that, behind the fact that I want more of this and I want less of this. And maybe you might be looking, saying things like, I want less complexities in my life this year. And I look at the last 12 months and I reflect upon things that have transpired. And I'd ask you just to do some journaling and putting to paper. Here at the Blue Collar Success Group, we've got a tool. It's called Your Success Inventory. And it's a fantastic tool that would be able to help guide you through this little exercise that helps you to start setting goals for yourself. And I'm not talking about business goals for a moment. I want to talk about personal goals. Now, you can include some business goals if you would like, or some professional goals if you would, about things that are meaningful to you. What we often have found is one of the best ways to understand where we want to go is to understand where we've been. When I think about this, I just want to give you a perspective for a moment. A lot of times we dwell on the past. We think about the past, we loathe in the past, we do all these things. And I liken it to, and please don't take this offensive, I'm not calling you this, but I think about pigs on the farm. And pigs just roll in the mud and the mire, and they enjoy that. That's what they do, and there's reasons why they do that. But I want you to take a moment to ask yourself this question. What are you rolling around in that you shouldn't be rolling around in? It's not good for you to roll around in and sulk and be upset, and it leads to anxiety and depression. And typically all of that comes from us having regrets. What are some things that I regret? And I want to release you from that today and realize that you can create a new journey. And the journey that I want to share with you is, imagine you and I are driving down a road. Notice that you're looking through the windshield of a vehicle, but if you could, just slightly take your eyes off the road for a moment and just glance to your left a little bit. Typically what we're going to find is we're going to find a mirror out there. That allows me to see things that are on this side, on the driver's side of the vehicle, backwards. If I look to my right, I'm going to look out the window here and I'm going to notice everything that's behind me that's on the right. And if I look up and to the right a little bit, I'm going to notice a rear view mirror. And that rear view mirror gives me a little bit more of a wide lens. And so I've got three different perspectives, both driver's side, passenger side, and a wide angle view of what's going on. Notice in a vehicle that the proportion of those mirrors to the windshield is a massive disproportion. And the reason why is because it is important to look backwards. In fact, that's how all progress is measured. We look back to go, hey, here's where I came from. And many of you right now are taking an opportunity to think about the things that have transpired over the last 12 months. And some of those you're proud of, and maybe some of those you're not so proud of. But always remember to keep your eyes in front of you. You measure your progress behind, but the old saying is, hindsight is always 20/20. We can take our lessons that we've learned from the things that we can see and keep in perspective, but I want you to remember this. The further you get away from those things, the smaller they get in the mirror, so the less they matter as time goes on, the distance that I travel. So I want you to make it a very prosperous year for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, and for your business. And I hope that this message hit you just right. Remember that sometimes for us to move forward, we've got to understand what are the things in our past that we want to bring with us, and what are the things that we want to lay down. I hope that you have found tremendous value in our time here today in this video, and I certainly look forward to seeing you again in future videos or in person. Until then, my friend, I want you to take care and be well.
Thank you for watching this video and subscribing. Do us a favor, comment below and tell us what your thoughts are and what your takeaways are. Remember, you're either winning or you're learning.